I think we can all agree that 2020 hasn't gone quite to plan. By this time in an average year, wedding season would be in full swing. I would be really tired, really busy, and having the best time photographing all of my wonderful couples. Unfortunately, this year, life had other plans. So many of my couples have got their original wedding dates coming up, and it can be filled with so many emotions. Sadness and grief over not being able to celebrate your wedding day how you had planned, and also worry and anxiety about what is to come. I think it's really important that we all remember why weddings are having to be put on hold. It's to keep everybody safe and everybody healthy. I am missing shooting weddings so much, but no photographs and no wedding is worth putting anybody at risk. I promise all of your weddings will be worth the wait. If your original wedding date is coming up, then keep watching because I've put together a few ideas of how to mark your original date. Have a small gathering in your garden. The guidelines are changing pretty rapidly, however, one thing that you can definitely do is have a small gathering of 6 people in your garden to celebrate your original wedding day. It has to involve social distancing, but that doesn't mean that you can't celebrate your original wedding date with a few of your nearest and dearest in a really chilled out way. You could have a barbecue, you could have a small ceremony, you could even have speeches. This could literally be your wedding day in miniature, but without any of the legal bits. This could be a really nice way of having 2 days to celebrate. You could have this small celebration with a few of your friends and family in your garden, and then you've still got your big celebration and ceremony to look forward to later on. Have a special meal. Now, I don't think you should be cooking on what should have been your wedding day unless you really, really love cooking. You can order in from your local restaurant, or you could just order in takeaway pizza, whatever takes your fancy. Whatever you do, just make it special. Sit at the table, light a few candles, and make eyes at each other over your food. Get your wedding flowers delivered. Now, it's likely that if you've postponed to another season, that the wedding flowers that you originally hoped to have for your wedding day won't be available on your new date. Now, you may as well make the most of the time of the year that they bloom and ask your florist to deliver them to your house instead of your wedding venue. This could consist of just your bouquet and maybe a table arrangement for your dining table rather than the full works that you are going to have for your venue. Book an engagement shoot. So I have had a few couples who have unfortunately had to postpone their weddings who have decided to book an engagement shoot to mark their original wedding date. And I think this is such a good idea. We can do the shoot wherever you like within Shropshire, and it can be a really nice way of documenting this time and marking your original wedding date. You can even get dressed up into your wedding outfits if you want to. Now, if you don't want to get dressed up into your proper wedding dress, ASOS actually do a really reasonably priced, beautiful range of wedding dresses that you could buy just for this occasion. Just drop me a message if you'd like to get booked in for an engagement shoot. Write your vows. Now, this idea has been stolen off my lovely friend Danielle, who was supposed to get married back in May. She and her future husband spent a bit of time on their original wedding day writing their own wedding vows. I thought this was a really lovely idea. I'm a big fan of couples writing their own vows anyway, and there couldn't be a better time to do this than on your original wedding date. Have a Zoom ceremony. Now, if your family and friends are quite far from you, instead of having a gathering in your garden, you could have a ceremony or celebration on Zoom instead. If you invite me along, I will definitely bring my camera and I will shoot that PC screen like mad. Practice your first dance. Now, this doesn't have to be some big choreographed ensemble. It could literally just be the two of you in your living room having a little boogie along to your first dance song. Bonus points if you dress up and put fairy lights up around the room. Have your wedding cake. So just because your wedding has had to be postponed does not mean that your wedding cake needs to be postponed. You can contact your cake maker and ask if they can make a smaller version of your cake just for the two of you to have. Or just have the big version all to yourselves. Cake tasting and menu tasting is always one of the best bits in the lead up to a wedding, so you may as well squeeze as much out of that as you can. All in all, just spend the day exactly how you want to. It's not the day you originally planned, and it is 100% okay to be upset about that, and maybe even to have a little cry. Hopefully this has given you a few ideas of how to mark your original wedding date. It is going to be worth the wait, I promise. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I plan to make new videos every single week.